half-year checkup. I saw a couple of people doing these videos and I thought I'm going to share my thoughts as well. Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map. Welcome to my channel. So we deep into 2025. From astrological perspective, this is one of the craziest years that we have experienced after 2020 anyway. And that's because a lot of outer planets are shifting their tropical signs. And this year feels a little bit like Ouroboros, you know, there is energy of new beginnings, there's freshness, and there is kind of this sense of urgency, and then there will be this kind of like pulling back because the planets will go back to their old signs from September onwards. So right now we are actually over the summer months, July and August, we are in the time when it's really absolutely essential to watch your thoughts, to focus on the vision that you want to keep alive, to make sure that even if it's rough, if life doesn't, fall into place the way you wish, you actually start focusing, creating, thinking, speaking the way you wish it was or the way you felt you had it, One of the best manifestation ways is to give what you think you don't have, or what you think you want. This creates just a shift in energy and you are able to experience having it while you are giving it to somebody else. So think about that. All right, but for half-year checkup, I thought I'm going to share, what decks rocked my world in the first half of 2025. What have I done on this channel and just, in my work? What have I experienced as a private person as well? Of course, I'm going to share just the most expensive, most important things, not everything, but I kind of looked around and I thought, what has been really, really important and of paramount importance to me in 2025. And I have to say this year, starting last year, but this year is definitely an essential oil learning, experiencing curve for me. One of my favorite discoveries in the world of essential oil was Davana oil. I don't know if you've ever smelled it. I think it's one of those oils that smells different to everybody. It's often used in the perfumery industry for this androgynous kind of scent because it just smells differently on different people's skins. To me, I love this scent so much. It's a sacred plant, apparently very often used for rituals for Shiva in India, and Davana, even, the name, like it's divine. It's from Artemisia family. It's called Artemisia pallens in Latin. And to me, it just smells like cut of grass, a little bit leathery, but it's fresh and it's kind of Artemisia, like, I don't know, I just have a deep connection to this oil. And what was fascinating when I pulled at the end of 2024 my cards for this year, for 2025, one of the oils that I pulled was Davana oil and the other one was rock rose. Right now I'm working very deeply and intensely with Melissa oil, essential oil. It was also a funny story. I pulled, a year ahead cards at the end of 2024, and for the month of July, my essential oil card was Melissa lemon balm. And it so happened that doTERRA, I buy doTERRA oils, had this BOGO, buy one, get one free days. And they were actually offering, buy Melissa and get Blue Tansy for free. And so I got it. and I'm working with this oil. I feel it's such a beautiful, I just got it a couple of days ago, so I'm still like, I'm writing down, journaling, having meditations with Melissa. I have Melissa plant on my altar over there, probably can't see, but yeah, I will do also, because my Melissa is flowering right now in my garden, I'm going to make a flower essence as well, and just try to work with this plant on many different levels. So essential oils, definitely big part of my personal evolutionary journey, and then essential oils. I mean, flower essences as well. So as you know, I create my flower essences in the big part, but I love testing flower essences from other creators. Right now, I'm taking Totem flower essences. They from Rachel White. And if you haven't seen our interview, our chat with Rachel, and my review of Rachel's decks, she also has a flower essence oracle deck. You will be, I think, pleased and enjoying our conversation. So please check it out. I also offer a flower essence and plant ally kind of reading on my website. You can take a look, where I do a reading for you based on just intuitively chosen decks, mostly plant-based decks, and I create a flower essence specifically for you based on what the reading and astrology shows. So you can take a look at this on my website. So yes, flower essences, essential oils, and just herbs, ever present and somehow woven, and I start weaving them into my practice. I'm reconsidering right now how I can use and utilize more of the essential oils in and connect them to the readings, because I just love involving all the senses when you experience a tarot reading. Let's say I often use sound, when you got a reading from me, you often hear the energy chimes that I play or the balls. So having to smell or take an essence as an addition to your reading to support what the cards are kind of maybe asking you to co-create with them, I think it's such a cool way to embody the reading. So on my channel, I looked like, what have I done in the first half of the year? So I've met quite a lot of amazing people on Inspired Tarot Map interview series. I have interviewed, Anna Cortez, Rachel White, Alison from Moon Nectar Apothecary, one of my favorite decks at this moment in time, Color Vision Oracle, and quite a few other people. Please take a look at this playlist. And I also have this wonderful, which I'm really so grateful for, wonderful trio of interviews about aging, and I'm talking to Belinda Gore, the creator of the Sacred Postures Oracle, and also Ellen Colland, whom I met at Belinda's postures classes that I was taking with her. So these are amazing if you're interested in aging, or if you like myself, I'm hitting 50 mark this year. So just I think I love hanging out with elder women, wise women, and that's just inspiring to me. So I always want to talk about this. So yeah, the interviews and really cool people. That's I've done quite a lot of that. And then I had prepared this planetary breakthrough workshops, which quite a few of you signed up for. Thank you so much. And we have been meeting every time a planet, Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn, or Neptune changed a sign. We met and we celebrated it through ritual, through chat, through checking our horoscopes, how these planets work their ways in our private life, but also collectively. So that was pretty cool. In end of February and in March, I've been to Thailand. So I had a, dose of sunshine, which was amazing. And when I was in Thailand, what I mostly enjoyed doing was playing with this essential oil healing deck, and also with the fifth tarot. And I also have an interview, very good interview with the creators of the fifth tarot, with Martin and Teresina Backens. So take a look at this as well. And I also created a couple of nature walks. So one was like really a spur of impulse. I was like a live offering, but then after doing this live kind of walk, I realized it's quite difficult to do it live with a group of people that's watching. So we have done this one live class, but then I decided it's better when I do pre-recorded version. So we had like one forest kind of special sacred places around where I live. And this was the live offering, which is not available anymore, but there is a river walk when I take you to my river and we practice divination, and I show you how I do the divination walks with my cards, and how I do, sample readings, etc., etc. So you can see and hopefully be inspired to do similar nature walks with your cards around your own place. And then I went to the USA. My friend Kasia has invited me to come to her exhibition, The Sacred Condition of Being, which she had in Manhattan in New York. So it was my first trip to the US, and it was really amazing. I had a great time. I've met a couple of wonderful people. I've met with a couple of my clients, Kathy and Gabby. Hello. It was so amazing to catch up with people whom, you kind of read for years or have been meeting online, etc. And many wonderful coincidences came out of that. But yeah, USA was amazing. And while I was in States, I also got this Color Vision Oracle deck and Rachel's Totem Tarot and Totem Flower Oracle decks for a review. And I have to say that then after using the Color Vision Oracle, or even before I got it, I got really interested back or again in color, in energy bodies. I just got really kind of like with me, it always happens very organically. It's not that I'm thinking about it, it's like intuitive pull. Then suddenly I have to pull out my color decks, I have to start reading back on like chakra associations, etc. So that kind of happened before I went to the States. Maybe essential oils woke it in me. I think when you work with those potent medicines, like closed up in a bottle, they really have a ability to first of all transcend and go very quickly and cross over that mind-body layer and access this emotional body of yours, and introduce you to hopefully openness and changes. And I feel like maybe through this I went back into this kind of being interested in energetics. And I always was there with sound, with flower essences, with essential oils, with astrology, etc., etc., with crystals before. So it's just sitting in my field of interest. But yeah, I have an interview with Alison Kaler, the creator of the Color Vision Oracle deck, and I highly recommend listening to her because she kind of works with this professionally. True Sidereal Astrology is constant learning of mine. I now set up constellational kind of map using Patrick's deck, the Living Wheel Astrology cards, because he made it constellational now, which is awesome. So yeah, I've been observing for the last 2 years, but I'm still going strong because I compare the True Sidereal to Tropical, and I keep deciding, which system works best for me as an astrologer. I can't imagine anymore not being able to know where the planets truly are in what stars and what stars they're activating, because it's such an evolutionary and direct experience of the cosmos. At the same time, observing the sun and the seasons. It also gives me that experiential knowledge which tropical provides. So I keep still trying to blend the two and, figuring it out. For anybody who is interested in astrology sessions, I offer both systems through sidereal. It's called the spiral astrology reading, and tropical reading is called life purpose reading. Which is like very in-depth session, and the true sidereal session is much more kind of mythological, archetypal. When I talk about your direct connection to what constellations were activated when you were born. The decks that stood out for me during the first half of this year was a couple of amazing decks, and I'm just going to show you while I change the camera view. So let's go to the decks. So anything with essential oils and flower essences was well received. Just for you guys, I put on the nails. My presence. The love story is continuing. I still love doing that. So Spirit of the Scent, Oracle decks, Oracle deck, out of print unfortunately, really sweet essential oils deck. So this one came to me to Thailand, with me to Thailand as well. I did mention the other deck, the essential oil healing deck. It's a wonderful, just simple deck if you want to just use it for essential oils. This is often what I do. I just like pull cards from it to see what blend I want to do, or what oil is talking to me right now. So as I said, I'm working right now with Melissa with lemon balm, Melissa officinalis, and here it says delivers deep healing. There is one more essential oil deck that I need to bring, that I've been using a lot. Just one sec. So yeah, this deck also is a beautiful deck and gives like another perspective on working with oils. So yeah, it's one of those decks that I also use a lot. I do share a lot about these decks in my other videos, so I'm not going to go any deeper into this. So yeah, anything essential oils, that's the Oracle of Essences, one of my well-used decks. You probably have gotten it at some point if you're my client. And then also flower essences, so the Power of Flowers by Isha Lerner, but also the Soulflower Oracle. It's one of my favorite decks to use for the flower essences. I really keep getting those thoughts that I would like to make my flower essence deck my own artwork. So this is beautiful by Trisha. I also love Rachel's deck. It's so good, the Totem Flower Essences Oracle deck. I think when it comes to artwork, it's my favorite deck for flower essences that exists. But I would love to also see batch flowers in there, you know what I mean, like Rachel creates her own flower essences and she gives them like different names, and I'm just testing them. I'm taking the wood snake for this year, but the artwork is so good, and this deck is great oracle deck for daily draws, for working with plants, and for just using it as a pure oracle deliverance. It's very great. So, and Totem Flower Essence deck by Rachel White, very cool. The other deck that's from my old decks that I love and that stands out each time, it never disappoints, is the Craft Decadence Oracle deck. It's been with me in Thailand, it's been with me to the States. It's one of the decks that I keep taking and using, like, you know, one extra card on top of a reading, or sometimes I just draw cards from it. I love somehow the collage style doesn't annoy me. Usually I'm not, like, I love collage decks, looking at them, but I never feel drawn to use them really. But this deck is different, and mostly because it has these amazing keywords, which just, I love this. Return of Misfortune, Inescapable Fate, unforeseen doom. You don't want to pull this card, but I love that it exists, because sometimes it is just unescapable to experience setbacks, etc. And we always learn the most from those. So Crab Decadence Oracle, definitely a great deck. Another one that stood out for me is this deck. I purchased it, you know, it's mass-produced deck, and it's called Tarot of Estranged. Oh, it's a French name. I just never know how to pronounce it. Tarot of Estranged Branches or something like this. And this is one of these decks that, for me, reads so intuitively. Whenever I do a deck pull, like a card, 3-card spread, or 1 card, or 5 cards, whatever, what do I need to know right now? I often use it in client readings as well. It's just such a great deck for intuitive readings. I love it. It's somehow quietly powerful. It's fantastical in some way, but also very kind of nature-based. It's very, very sweet deck. So I love, I used it, I think, in our live forest walk, the first class that I mentioned before. And I often take it to nature. So yeah, I think it works also well with a couple of Oracle, and with the Remembering the Sweet Fool Tarot, which is such a beautiful deck by Trisha, and I still really enjoy using it. So while the Remembering the Sweet Fool Tarot is much more you know, abstract in a way compared to the other one, they kind of do go nicely together, but I still feel that the Remembering the Sweet Fool Tarot goes the best with another Oracle deck that really, I think it's a great project, Spirit Carrier Oracle. And these two just look so good together, you know. It's one of those decks that both of them just have such great feel, and there is just something in them when you read them together that goes really well. They both come from Great Britain as well, or at least from the Isles. I think the Remembering the Sweet Fool, I think Trisha is either in Wales or in Scotland, I can't remember, but Spirit Carrier, I think it's in England. And both of these decks are really cool. Again, as you maybe noticed this year, I kind of felt drawn a lot to not so fully illustrated decks. I love artistic, colorful kind of renditions. I love more the kind of looking at the decks more from energetic perspective, and this somehow keeps continuing forward. So these two decks were really brilliant, love them. When I went to the States, my friend Eva has gifted me the Selig Tarot. I know it's been around forever, but I just never really paid attention so much to this deck, and it's such a brilliant deck, especially when you want to work with color, because it's made from watercolor. So you've got this really beautiful amazing sets of colors, and some of the artwork is so incredible. I really prefer the one that it's not so like this one, 8 of discs, that's not so clear, you know, it's more watercolory, than, for example, like this one that's like a bit more structured, or this one, but in general this deck is just beautiful, and I really enjoy it, and I love using it for color related readings as well. It's also top base, so it has a really cool booklet with explanations of the cards. Highly recommended if you a tough lover, or if you just like color like myself. Another standout, you know, I couldn't possibly not include Carol Herzer, right? This was a deck that Natalia sent me to look after, and it's just beautiful. and it, I don't know, just fits my surroundings. Whenever I look out and I see this outside, this deck just fits. You know, it just fits where I live, and it's amazing. It's glitter, the energy of this deck. Carol has this ability to really put different shades of energy through her color work, and add this magical layer to Rider-Waite-Smith. So you cannot probably see the glitter much right now, but this deck has quite a lot of glitter, and it's just stunning. I didn't have anything closely even reminding me of these colors. So I'm so grateful. I love this deck. And this is, what is it called? It's the Golden Soul by Carol Herzer. And it was created in 2023. So the bag is so gorgeous too, with all these like greens. Carol makes these bags herself as well. So I use Carol's decks a lot, to be honest. I don't always maybe post with them, but I've got so many from Victoria as well, and some that I bought myself, and I love them. Another one that I have to mention is this rendition of Tough Tarot, which is by AGM Müller, and it's out. You can guys get it. It's mass produced. This is just Polish version, but just the coloring of this printing is so beautiful. I just geek and appreciate each card. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's not over contrasted. Some of the colors that they used now, which is apparently the most close related to the original, you just didn't see those colors, like this light turquoise and greens, or like just magentas and peach. Oh, just this coloring is amazing. So I always loved how Tough looked, but this edition makes me want to use it like all the time. So I love this new edition from AGL Müller, and the Polish version it comes also with this cool box, which I appreciate. Another standout, of course, was the Red Madonna Mary Magdalene deck by Hetty-Ann Grobler. This is the third deck in a series of three very, very special decks for me. You know, I've been working a lot on my own feminine side. These decks played a paramount, and just Hetty-Ann's work in general, paramount place in opening me up and reshaping the way I you know, had this Catholic wounding that you know, it's very personal to me as well. And I was brought up in Poland, and as much as I love religions and I loved always going to churches and empty churches, etc., yeah, just, you know, I had my own story with this, and Hetty-Ann's work and decks they have helped me reconnect to the ideas, like the pure Gnostic ideas of Christianity, and just universal beauty and messages of all religions, really. And especially, you know, the connection to divination, because I work as a astrologer and tarot reader. So I just had a lot of hang-ups in there, and also from my personal life. So this is one, like another deck that, you know, just is very special in my collection. And the deck by Vincent Pitisci, in general, like, you know, I always used to geek on Tarot de Marseille, and I never stop. I will never stop. I might not post and make videos with Tarot de Marseille right now so much, but you will find me using Tarot de Marseille decks ongoingly and very often in my private, time. I love readings with those decks, and I find them just very opening. And Vincent's deck just has this emotional value to me, and somebody just wrote me this beautiful message on Instagram and reminded me of Vincent and how much I enjoyed connecting with him. And I have an interview with Vincent Pitisci, so if you know Vincent, he's left us now. He's passed away last year or 2 years ago, and yeah, I think his spirit is still strong, goes strongly, and he is missed, and I do miss him. And yeah, you can watch the interview, but also he's left a lot of videos on his YouTube channel, and we had stuff that connected us. He named his website Tarot Maps, and I named my website Tarot Map. So we didn't know about each other, and when we met, it was just hilarious. So yeah, it was really, really funny to meet, and I really appreciate him as a human being. And I think right now this is my favorite deck, and other color decks like Aura Soma Tarot and Chakra Wisdom Oracle and etc., anything that reminds me of color. So this is Color Vision Oracle. I have a full review of this deck. You can watch it. I also share how I use it. It's amazing. I love it. I'm pulling daily from 2 piles, 2 cards. So today, for example, for this full moon that's in Cancer, in real sky but tropical zodiac sign of Leo, I pulled Pink and Mastery, which kind of Leo energy would be about mastery, and Pink would be a little bit more connected maybe to the watery sign of Cancer, and it's just like beautiful deck to work with and to learn about color, to learn about all these symbolic associations that Alison gives. It's so much to process in in this booklet. I'm just like learning as I go, and I love it, enjoy it, and appreciate it. And then I started doing this totem game hashtag. Rachel is talking about it in our interview on YouTube, and she encourages everyone to pull 1 card from a tarot deck, whatever deck you want. So today, let's say I pulled one of crystal. You pull this card in the morning, and then in the evening you come back to this card, and you have to figure out where it came up in your life, what happened that reminded you of, let's say this is Ace of Pentacles, right? So what's interesting is that if you can't find any associations with it, you keep it for the next day, and then you work with it as long as you start figuring out what it means for you and how it shows up in your life. So that's really interesting. Like today I sold a couple of decks, and I think this Ace of Pentacles came to me like this, but there's more to it. I'm creating this video. That's also something that's like manifesting something that I am passionate about and putting it into tangible form, right? So these decks are very cool, and I actually really enjoy working with this Totem Tarot deck. I also have a review of this deck, so I'm not going to talk about it long, but it's a very unique, for some people maybe intimidating deck, but I love it and I love working with it. The more I work with it, the more I actually enjoy it. And what's interesting about this deck is that it's totally different, but I love the use of light, and kind of it feels very energetic. It has a lot of powerful archetypes, and yeah, it's now I'm going to get to know the cards better through this kind of totem game. So if you want to join in, the hashtag is totem game. Let me know in the comments if this is something interesting for you. And then the last deck that I wanted to share is this original Cosmic Odyssey Oracle by the same creators that made the fifth spirit, the fifth tarot in general, the fifth tarot. And they have sent me this deck for a review, and it's a very unusual deck. I can't say that I'm like loving the artwork, at least not all of the images, you know, struck my artistic fancy, but this deck is very, very cool when it comes to pulling one archetype when you want to figure out like overarching, it's a little bit like Oracle of Initiation. Where are you in your initiation, life initiation? So recently I pulled this Celestial Weaver. It comes with this little booklet. It gives you, you know, it's about authenticity and aligning, and it gives you quite a lovely description. It's kind of unexpectedly works really great, just like with it's beautifully, you know, published, self-published by them. I really appreciate their work. I think they definitely hit something universal and again energetic, and I'm really drawn to energetic decks this year. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share. So I'm just going to show my face again to say goodbye. Let me know in the comments how has the first half of the year gone for you. The world is crazy, and even when I was in the US, you know, there's so much happening in every country on earth, not to mention Gaza or Ukraine. You know, there's just so much suffering everywhere. But I really urge you right now to go to the depths of your human spirit, and we have to empower the vision that's giving life, and that's giving a bright future, that's giving kind world, that's giving compassion, that's giving unity. That's what we need to empower, at least for the next 2 months. Don't give your energy away to anything else. It's important because we have Uranus in Gemini, we have Saturn and Neptune in Aries in conjunction, we have Pluto in Aquarius, we have Jupiter moved into Cancer. And that's important because slowly they will start going backwards into the old world, and then only next year from February they will be coming back. So think about it. For now, just kind of be very mindful and conscious and intentional with your energy and whom you hang out with, whom you give your energy to, and let's keep the vision of a healthy, sustainable, safe, loving, kind world for everybody. And even though it sounds very utopian, why not? Let's try. See you later. Bye.